On February 13th, just in time for Valentine's Day, Comedy Pop-Up is bringing you a very special all-ladies lineup at Rush Street in Culver City. For more information on that show, and for other feature stand-up shows, please visit us at our website, comedypopupla.com. Alright, let's start the show.
Hey, what's up, party people? This is comedian Ron G, and welcome to another episode of the Comedy Pop-Up Podcast. Today we have an awesome show, and I'm very excited because we actually went across the waters, man. We got some really dope international comedians in the building. All right, first up, Paul, no button or nothing? We'll take it. Whatever. Cool. Hey, so first up, my man, he's actually from Denmark, man. He won the Danish version of Last Comic Standing. He's done multiple one-man shows, and he has over 200,000 followers on Facebook, which is very impressive. I think I'm up to 17, period. Like, just not 17, just 17. And he won Comedian of the Year at the Zulu Comedy Gala. Ladies and gentlemen, show some love for Simon Talbot. Hey,
Thank you
what up,
much.
Simon? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm happy. Happy to be here. I was driving. The sun was shining on the way here. It's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm having a great time.
So I have so many questions. Let me introduce our next guest, and I have so many questions for you. All right. So next up, he won. This dude won the funniest person in the entire galaxy world. It's very impressive. Like in the world. That's very. Listen, in the world, that's amazing. True fact. He also did Montreal Just for Laughs. He was on Last Call Carson Daly. Just did Conan.
Yep.
And he also played the Edinburgh Fringe Festival and just shot a special. Ladies and gentlemen, show some love for Ismo. Hey. Man, what does it feel like to be the funniest person in the entire world, man? That's freaking awesome. That's a really strong title.
Yeah, that title is it's a bit too strong. So yeah, it's a bit like if I use that as an announcement on a show, people are like, what?
Hey, what? What world is he talking about? But no, that's really dope to even have the title.
Yeah, because that was a competition by that name, had comedians all over the world.
Where was it at?
At the Laugh Factory.
It was at the Laugh Factory.
So they held it.
In Hollywood.
Yeah.
And it was like comedians from all over the world.
Well, there was like 40 countries or something, or like
Really?
lots of countries. First online and then there, and that was 2014, and that's the name. So
that sounds life-changing. Like you, the funniest comic in the world?
well, and that was my first gig in America in the competition.
Shut up.
So
Bro, your resume is ridiculous. Like,
So-
that's all you need on your resume. Like, just, I'm the funniest comic in the world. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome, man. So, question for both of you guys, like, do people hear your accent and try to guess where it is and defend you? Like, or y'all don't take it seriously? Because yours sounds a little Australian.
Well, it's a little Irish. My dad's
Irish, there you go. All right.
So
With my
that's why I have this hybrid.
ignorant American knowledge of.
No, that's fine. I don't
overseas
get
accents.
offended, really. I don't understand the part where I get offended. Like,
Okay.
there's
Because some people are very
a
like,
lot of people are very.
and people are very ignorant here.
But a lot of Americans are very sorry if they guess wrong, and they constantly think I'm Dutch, which is I don't know. They
I know nobody's Dutch. I went Dutch one time, but I don't know anybody personally Dutch, which is
Because going Dutch is a verb here.
yeah, it is.
Like for-
Going
like
Dutch back home is like I smashed the Dutch girl. Does that mean I smashed the Dutch girl back home?
oh yeah, well, we don't even have that. We don't do the girls, and we don't have the idiom. So
That's really dope, man.
A smadre in PE, it sounds very violent.
Yeah.
In Danish, I'd say. There's no smashing or
Smashing is like just having sex with.
Yeah, I know. It's just
yeah.
a very.
yeah,
Okay.
it's really important distinction to make. Like, how do you smash? Like,
How
with
do you
the-
smash?
with the penis or the hand?
You actually smash with the penis, is what
Yeah,
you
that's
do.
that's good if you have like consent.
There you go. So honestly, man, I am always very impressed when I see comics that are not from the States because one, most of my buddies, like I have a lot of friends that live in London. They speak two languages, which is the most impressive thing ever. But you know, you have a family language and then you learn the language of the culture, which I think is so dope. Do you guys speak more than one language? I guess you would.
Well, yeah, like I speak English this well as I'm now speaking. So,
Yeah,
but then
which is impressive to me. It's
like,
awesome.
like I kind of speak English pretty well, but like I've never. It's not the first language. I learned it like later in life.
Yeah.
And
Was it hard to learn?
not really, because I was really interested in, like, since I was a kid, like I never learned it as a small kid when the brain would be like really good at it, but like then I learned it like watching TV and stuff and school and stuff. So because I always loved English because everything I liked was in
all the TV shows.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, the
so when you
movies
watched
and
the TV
songs.
shows, did you know what they were saying, or you just
Well, we
kind of
had
felt like you
subtitles.
knew when to laugh when you heard the laugh track.
Subtitles.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. And what about you?
It's the same thing. Like my dad always spoke English, Irish to me.
Yeah.
But he wasn't always there.
Yeah. It's all good.
I think Wayne's brothers taught me more.
We're brothers. We're happy. And we're cool. That's dope, man. So listen, are you able to perform in your language when you go home? You perform
In Finnish.
in Finnish, yeah?
Yeah,
And you too?
I always perform in Danish as well.
Man.
I don't. Yeah,
That's so
I'm here
crazy.
to learn how to perform in English.
Yeah,
So-
but do you feel like a lot of your stuff translates? Because even for me, when I first did London, they didn't have Netflix, and a lot of the TV shows that are on the TV shows they didn't play. All the movies they knew about, but they didn't know about and so a lot of my comedy didn't translate because they didn't have the references. I did a wrestling reference in London, and people were like, I don't know who you're talking about. And I mentioned Ray J, who's Brandy's brother, who's
I don't know.
You know who Ray J is?
I have no idea.
He's the dude that did the sex tape with Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
But I referenced
the other
him.
person I've heard about.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, see, exactly. That's what.
Kardashian, we know that reference.
But that's exactly what happened because a lot of the American references, if you were a kid, grew up in the 80s, you would know these references. But when I went over there, it didn't translate. Do you have that same issue here when you perform for American audiences? Where a lot of
Well, like I think I would if I would try to refer anything Finnish. Like outside Finland, nobody would know.
But just the translation of it, like sometimes the stuff that's really funny over there, does it translate here?
Yeah, like all the things, like the cultures and the things. That's one thing, and then the words is another thing. Like some words even can't translate because they like
Smash.
Yeah. and like sometimes in the halfway the joke, I remember in England, I was in England, I was doing this joke I've done a lot in Finnish, and then halfway the joke, I just realized that, okay, this does not work in English.
Right.
Like, and then I just had to, because you need the word fat, lotion, and grease be the same word.
Fat, lotion, and grease?
Yeah, that's all same word. That's all called like fat in Finnish, like lotion. Girls put
It's called fat?
They put fat on their face.
Dude, that is so funny. Fat, lotion, and grease is the same word in Finnish.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's hilarious.
Yeah. But then there's some things that are like...
So you tell a girl you got fat on your face.
Yeah.
She's offended.
Yeah.
She's going to punch you in the throat.
Yeah.
But also what I've known too by seeing, because we've performed together many times, man, your accent and the thing that makes you different, that make you feel awkward or feel like you don't belong, it makes you special on stage. Because when I watch you perform, your accent, the fact that you don't think your English is great, when I see you perform, it works because it's amazing. Like it really works. Like, have you noticed that? Are you like becoming comfortable with that, or there's still a bit of insecurity about I'm not saying this word right kind of thing?
Well, like sometimes, like when I do stand up, I kind of know what I'm doing. But then when I order a pizza, then that's more difficult.
You have to rehearse in the mirror for hours.
Yeah, this is an SNL sketch. Is he trying to punk me? What's happening right now?
Pepperoni.
Say it again.
Pepperoni.
That's so funny. Has it been a tough translation for you, like especially when you meet girls and stuff and they hear your accent? Like, is it a weird thing when they try to like catch what you're saying?
It's I think my problem is that I feel Danish, but everyone thinks I'm Irish. So I'm basically a Danish guy trapped in an Irish accent.
It's like being black, but you're actually a white guy. Like that's Orange County. Gotcha. Yeah.
So so everyone goes. No one really believes me at first. They're always like, I don't think you're Danish. I think you're Irish, and then I have to defend the fact.
Is that the kind of girls you're meeting?
Yeah. And then I have to defend that I'm actually Danish. So
that's so funny.
I have to be, no, I love windmills.
Yeah.
And, rye bread and no.
You
It's
said
true.
windmills? That's so funny.
It's true, yeah. So that's my problem is trying to get the audience when I'm performing to understand that I'm gonna do some Danish. I'm gonna talk about being Danish, but with an Irish accent. So I always need like a couple of minutes up top to explain what kind of a comedian I am.
Yeah, and I know being here in the States, you probably notice like there's a lot of stereotypes based off TV, because I'm sure you get a lot of TV over there, and it's one type of black person, on TV, or one type of like. Was it weird to kind of like meet the actual thing that you grew up watching on TV in person in the States? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, like,
because in the States, like a lot of times, like most of the 80s and 90s, most black people on TV were like thugs and rappers and stuff like that. And you're like, all black people aren't like that.
Yeah, but like when I was a kid, there was Bill Cosby and Eddie Murphy.
Okay, yeah.
So those, I think those were my.
And they're quite different.
They are. Yeah.
You'd understand. Okay, I guess there is some.
Y'all didn't get Family Matters with Steve Urkel? You know who Steve Urkel is?
Oh yeah, I know Steve Urkel.
No emos? No?
Yeah.
Can you just say pepperoni for me one more time?
Pepperoni.
Hey! That just makes my day. That's so funny. Yeah.
And it's Danish, actually. That's a pastry here.
Danish?
It is.
Yeah,
Danish.
it's a pastry.
It is.
And we don't eat it. Really don't eat Danish.
Nah, not really. Nah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like really expensive airport food that you would never eat. You will only get it because you don't have time to get something else.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
that's what Danish
I've
is.
heard Danish say many times, like, and Finnish, of course, that's the end. Finnish.
Yeah.
This dude is that's so funny.
And there's Polish.
Polish, which is a hot dog.
Or the police.
Yeah, or like Polish.
Polish. It's just a hot dog.
Okay.
Polish sausage.
But
That's
if
it.
you polish like silverware,
polish.
it's written the same.
It is. That's so funny. Dude, but that's so brilliant. Like, do you say that stuff on stage? That's freaking awesome.
Well, not this one, but maybe I should.
But you should. Like, the list of everything we just said, you should say it on stage. Like, I don't get you guys' language, like, because it means blah, blah, blah. Like, that's funny.
Yeah.
Like, Finnish means the end.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, it is.
It's so simple, but like Polish says, it's spelled the same way, and it really is.
Yeah. Actually, Finnish, I think, has two ends, and Finnish has one end. So but it's almost the same.
Yeah.
One other thing, I was thinking, like, because like in Finnish, like all the like fat and lotion are the same word. But then like in English, it's hard because like for some reason in English, if you're cheating on a test, or if you are cheating on a game, or if you're cheating on your wife, those are different words in Finnish. But in English, it's all cheating.
It's all cheating, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's in Finnish, those are specific different words.
In Denmark, there's specific words as well.
So it's hard to...
Utro, snyd.
Bless you. I don't know what you just said.
Danish. So that sounds funny.
What is it? What is it?
I don't speak Danish.
Do the sound.
Is that utro?
Somebody chopped in the throat.
Oh yeah, because it comes from the throat.
Yeah, there's a lot of choking, basically.
Yeah.
Chopped in. Well, if you cheat, you should get chopped in his throat and make that sound. It's freaking hilarious, man.
Yeah, it sounds.
Yeah, you sound angry. You sound like you're choking on your own anger. The second you're saying
you on your wife.
Yeah, you still have something in the mouth.
So, what did you notice difference about? Because like when I go to London, I notice that the comedy there, it's very wordy. It's very wordy, and the cadence is different. Like in the States, comedy is a little bit more faster to me in my world. But did you notice a difference in like American humor versus like humor from where you're from? And you have to adjust to it, kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I've seen so many different comedians, of course, here, and in Finland. So it's hard to say what's the kind of the broad. I sometimes try to make like some broad like American comedies like this, and UK is like this, and Finnish is like whoa. Oh. Drop the water bottle here. But I don't know. It's.
Do you like it more, or do you like comedy back home? Like,
I definitely like comedy here, like more. I would say more.
And why do you like it more here? Just
maybe like when I first started comedy in Finland, and like I liked it a lot there, but then like I saw everybody too many times, and now here it's lots of new. Like it's so small. The scene in Finland is still like really small. Yeah. There's like less than 100 comedians
total.
I'd say, yeah.
That means y'all working a lot, right?
Well, yeah, there's
like more work. You only got 100 people to choose from.
Yeah, and like big ones, there's like eight.
Yeah.
I don't know, or like even like.
But you're the funniest person in the world, so I mean, like, wouldn't you be like the best of the? Well, the 8
in Finland, it's going pretty well in Finland. So, but I go there like a couple of times a year, and now I'm going in July.
Yeah.
But I'm mostly here because my goal is definitely to do stuff here. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, but yeah, so the scene is so small that I'm so happy here because I see new comedians every day.
Yeah, and is Denmark the same way, a small comedy group?
What he said is you can just copy paste that. It's the exact same. But there's like I think there's like 5.5 million people in Finland, and there's 6 million people in Denmark, and there's like 7 million people in LA. So of course, and in LA. I think it's kind of like a Darwinism, where it's like the headliner from Texas goes to LA to do stand. It seems like a lot of great comics from all over America
come to LA
to do stand up. So you get to see like fantastic audiences. Where in Denmark, I'm like probably the funniest guy in Skanderborg, and then I went to Aarhus and then Copenhagen, and you know, it's just on a lot smaller scale.
Was there a big fear when you came here of like not being understood?
Yeah, like I did lots of stuff in the UK in English years before I came here. So, but of course, like when I did my first gig in America was in the competition. So that was like I had no that was the first time an American heard me do stand up. And then it was the competition, and which I won. So I was so nervous
in the world.
But so that was kind of So definitely, and still when I come up with something, I want to talk it out with some American.
Of course,
kind of like, do you get this? Like, is this the right word for this? So there's lots of this small stuff.
Are there any black comics in Finland or Denmark? Like any? Probably like one?
Yeah, there's some black comics. There are Middle Eastern comics in Denmark as well.
Really?
Yeah, Egyptian comics, and there's there's a guy from the Dominican Republic, and there's.
I feel like I want to see all these guys and shake their hand and make a wish.
And they talk in Denmark. They speak Danish.
That's so cool.
Yes,
I would love to meet them all.
Yeah, and in Finland too, there's Somalians who speak Finnish, and there's Iranian, which are called Persian here.
Yeah,
and
it's a whole nation of them in a place called Glendale. That's where they're from.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
It's a nation of them in Glendale. Yeah.
Yeah, in Armenia. I never saw anybody from Armenia in Finland, but I saw lots here.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many.
All live in Glendale.
Everybody is in LA, basically.
Was it weird to see the transition of how you saw LA on TV versus like actually being here? Like, what was the big difference? Because for me, seeing the Hollywood sign, I thought I could just walk up to it and touch it. Like in my head, growing up as a kid, I want to go to the sign and touch it, but you can't even get close to it. But in your head, it seems like it's something that's possible. Like, was it weird to see LA and actually be here?
Yeah, it was like I had basically no picture in my head of LA other than like palm trees, like Santa Monica Boulevard, maybe on some music video.
Hold on, what side of Santa Monica Boulevard?
Like palm trees.
Okay, all right.
That's the street.
You got Santa Monica like Boys Town, and you got Santa Monica where the prostitutes are. So I was just wondering what.
Just some palm trees and some roads. So I don't even know where it was. And also that's the thing. The streets are so long here. Like, if you go to England, the street name changes like every 100 yards. But here it's like Santa Monica is like.
You can take Sepulveda to Canada.
Oh yeah, really? Oh yeah.
Sepulveda to stop you at somewhere in Toronto or something. Yeah.
So that's when somebody says that I live on that street, you have no idea where.
Yeah. That's dope. What about you? Was it a big culture shock when you got here?
Yeah, I didn't know anything as well, and I just chose LA because I performed in the UK as well, in Scotland, Ireland, all over, and then mainly New York. Whenever I go to, I'd never been in LA before I decided to move here. Yeah, because my fiance is here and she's an actress in Denmark. So she's doing the acting thing, and LA is awesome for acting. So we're like, and I'm like, I know there's a lot of great comics in LA as well.
Absolutely.
So let's just go here. So it was kind of insane just moving somewhere you'd never been, really. And the first drive is, this doesn't look like anything I'd ever seen. Like the way LA is, like the distances. In Denmark, you walk everywhere. You basically we go on our bikes constantly.
Yeah, you try.
So when you're like, oh, I'm close to this, or oh, it's not that far, or a long drive in Denmark would be like
you ride a bike
3 hours.
Ride a bike in LA, see what happened to you. You get knocked out.
A long drive in Denmark would be like 3 hours, but to hear that's just going to a spot.
right.
Going back again.
That's the 405 from Long Beach to Hollywood.
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah, and then now when I'm used to the roads here, I was in London last fall and I constantly was almost hit by cars because the streets in London don't look like streets when you're used to LA streets, because they are like, they can be like one lane that it's going like, it's not, there's no straight roads, and it's so I always like, is that a real street? And there was a car.
And you can actually tell, I think there's the being on the roads in America, there's like it almost translates to the way that like Denmark is a lot more socialist country, but we have something called jantelov, which means don't expect that you're better than us. It's like don't show off. If you see a guy with a huge car in Denmark, a lot of people go, "Well, fuck that guy." Like, why is he? Showing
London's
off?
the same way.
Why is he showing off? So in Denmark, if there's actually a big problem with a lot of people just staying in the passing lane. If there's 2 lanes on the freeway, they just stay out because they're like, well, I was here first, so you don't get to pass me. But in LA, no one gets angry if you just cut in front. Well, okay, you made it. There was a hole, you took it. Live your dream. Do it.
That's the thing. Like in Finland, it's the same thing. That if like there's only 2 lanes on the highway, and if somebody's on the left one, you can't pass it legally. Like here, of course,
can't.
You can only pass from the left in Finland and Denmark. So, but here you can pass from any side, and it's kind of it's great, but it's kind of scary when people pass.
Oh, I'm sure y'all go nuts when y'all see like motorcycles going between cars. Is that crazy?
That's illegal.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I think that's illegal in Finland also. Like you can't go between the lanes.
So you have to stay behind a car if you're in a motorcycle.
Yeah. So,
even with traffic is stopped, even though you can get through it.
I think they do it, but they're breaking the law.
That is so crazy. We got some crazy traffic here. I'm sure.
But the traffic, I kind of enjoy the traffic more because I love the take a right on the red light.
Oh, that's so.
I feel like a criminal every time.
Yeah. And I'm scared shitless every time. I'm scared as well. I usually look both ways, even though I'm just so nervous of going out.
So I think that's never been said in the history of LA life where somebody was like, I like the traffic. You said I like LA traffic. Like that's never been said ever.
Yeah, and also you get to like in Denmark you can just have a full-on conversation and like eat food and chill while you're driving. In LA because it's not stressful to drive at all in Denmark. It's so easy.
What do you mean you can have a full meal like in your car?
Yeah. You just, of course, like to go. People just drive and eat. Like some
Don't
people
we do that here?
You do that as well.
I eat like 90% of my meals in my car.
Yeah, of course.
Being a comedian, yeah.
But I just think it's so much. It actually requires that I focus when I drive in LA. Like I get interrupted mid sentence because I'm like, oh fuck, there's a guy who's in front. I gotta. So it's
it's true. It's way more like you feel like every time you're driving here, it's like really close to death. But because the speeds are and it's just like there's so many more cars.
And the roads are just it's like being on a roller coaster on LA roads.
That's so funny
because just
to look at both of y'all faces is like, oh my god, and there's traffic and there's like cars and they're moving like
like in Finland it's kind of like I don't know. We have to pick one place in LA that seems like Finland traffic. They could maybe something in the countryside somewhere. There's like a village. That's like driving in Finland.
Yeah? It's so funny. And if I'm saying too much, you can tell me to shut up. But you say you have a fiance or you married?
Fiance.
Fiance. So in your culture, you wear rings while you get engaged?
Yeah. That's what I Googled it. I was like, so I'm wearing the ring on my left.
Does she make you wear that?
No, I put that on myself. So I'm putting this on my left hand and then I'm moving it to my right hand when we're getting married.
Oh, okay. I was wondering because I'm like, in the States, only the girl wears the ring when you're engaged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that I'd have to.
We get our ring when we actually get married, so that's really cool.
Well, I guess I'm a little bit bitch then.
Is that because you're far away? You like, I just want to let you know that I got your back, kind of thing.
No, I just in Denmark, it's normal to wear an engagement ring. As a man. Yeah. I googled it. No one in Denmark. No one in Denmark has gone like. Well, I mean, but like,
did she buy it for you and say put this on until we get married, or
no? I bought both the rings, and she's also an educated jewelry designer before she became she's always been acting.
Yeah,
she's a jewelry designer as well, so that wasn't stressful at all. Trying to pick out a couple of rings.
Oh, cool, man!
But I made it.
Yeah, is it the same way in Finland?
I think it's the same than in America. Like the man only wears it after marriage. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm married, so I have.
I know you are. I know you. She gave me this and told me to wear it, and I got it on. So this is what I'm going to do.
And it's in the left. I think it's in the left. But you're moving into the right. I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's Google it again. Let's just Siri.
Because I was going to ask you, man. What do you think of the women you've met in LA? Like, is there a certain stereotype, like based on what you saw on TV versus like what's actually you see? Because I'm sure you meet fans and all kind of cool people that come in your face. Like, is it a certain type of?
Well, the funny thing about LA is that like it's basically the same that you see on TV. like people are similar here than you see on TV because so many people here are like doing TV or something.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like people like this actually looks like on TV more than any other place.
Yes.
Meaning everybody's pretty because they look like they're on TV?
Yeah, like people. Yeah, there's like people. Like I think people spend more than 10 minutes putting makeup here.
Yeah, there's a lot of makeup. There's
dude is hilarious.
There's a lot of makeup.
Yeah.
That's and hats. A lot of hats and makeup.
Yeah.
That's,
So, yeah.
What about like, because I know in my head, I feel like Denmark and Finland, like really, really chill, family oriented, community driven cities. Is it different coming here and seeing how everybody's just such an individual and trying to chase his career? Is that a different thing to notice while you're here? You know what I'm saying? Like LA's not a community city at all. Like you don't see the word. We only use that word when somebody's making an argument. Like, hey, listen, in our community, but in real life, there's no community.
So
in the black community,
you're using
in the gay community, but you don't use that word in LA any other time unless you're making an argument.
So so you're basically using community as an egotistical. Okay.
Which is true.
Yeah, like
There's no community in LA.
Like
in the
when you're
entertainment community.
When you're angry and making a point.
Yeah.
In our community.
Right, it's true. You only use the word community in arguments.
Oh yeah, but actually in Finland we don't even have the word community, I think.
Community.
It's like we have the word for family, we have the word for like a city. but
No, but I mean, like, just in the culture, I feel like you guys spend more time with your family and friends versus like chasing careers over there.
I don't know. Like, I think America is more family oriented
Really?
than Finland. I would say because Finland, like, it's really socialistic. So if you don't need help from your family basically, because the government helps you if you need something. So
Okay.
I've heard that people here, like I think people are closer with their parents in American culture than in Finland. And Finland is
Really?
like, Finland is really like people when they move out, they just move out. Like
They don't look back. They just go and run away.
Like, of course, with me, and like if you have kids, then of course the grandparents are like taking care of them if they live in the same city and stuff. But like we don't have kids, so we see our parents like a couple of times a year.
Yeah.
Or so it's just that it's not that like
That sounds about right. That's in the States. We see our parents like a couple times a year. I go home twice a year to see my family, but I live really far away.
Now, how often do you call?
I talk to my parents like every other day.
Well, I call like every 4 months.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, I think.
Do you hate your parents?
No, they're great. They're great.
That's
but,
normal?
like, I don't know.
I know you.
A couple of months, but
Yeah, I know you said you and Pops y'all doing y'all thing, but
I think it's the same. A couple of months in between, like and when
Oh
you,
my
and
God.
it's true when you move out, you don't really use. Okay, imagine I just heard myself phrase it. You don't really use your parents. She can come clean once in a while when you're
Oh
like
my God, really?
18 and you're moving out. Well, it's just not really.
Yeah.
that is so crazy.
Yeah, it's way more.
We still
like,
love each other and we see each other in Christmas.
But what about when they're getting older and you missing out on life and stuff like that's not a thing? That you like they
Well,
just
then
get, they just get old and die and you're like, oh cool, well, she had a good run. Is that what happens?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
That is so crazy. I talk to my mom every other day and we like have a good time on the phone. You know, my dad too. Like my dad's just a firecracker and talks about.
In Denmark, you'd be a mama's boy.
But I actually love my parents. Like it's just my.
Yeah, I love my parents.
I have great parents.
I have great.
But you
parents,
love them, but you talk to them once a year. Like how's that love? I don't get it. Stuff happens.
Well, if something's wrong, I'll talk to them.
Yeah, but if something is wrong and you say to them, then they'll worry.
Yeah.
Like why make
Like-
old people worry? That's mean.
Okay. Oh, my chest hurt. Oh. Why make old people worry? That's me. Oh God! All right. So I'm scared to ask you about relationship stuff because I'm sure you're like, yeah, we married. We talk once a year. Like, why tell her I got another girlfriend? She'll get worried. Oh, Oh, y'all didn't laugh, so maybe I'll do that for real. Okay, cool.
No, with my wife we talk like 10 times a day on the phone. It's like, and
okay, she's back
here.
home?
She's here, but if I'm in Finland and she's here or something, like we talk.
But talking
day.
daily to your wife is okay, right?
Yeah, like
that's fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's normal.
Girlfriend's okay.
Yeah, that's.
But
normal.
mom, she can talk to you in June.
Like if she wants, she can call.
Yeah, she can call if she wants. Or she'll just text you like, "Hey, it's been a long time," and then.
Paul, is that weird to you?
And maybe you call
How do you
her
talk to your
after
parents?
a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I see him every day. So.
Okay, all right, because you
Every day.
because you live with him. Okay, all right. But once you move out, you just don't look back and.
Yeah, like you can if you like. Some people are different, but it's not like a rule that you have to.
That
call
is so.
every day.
That's
Like,
weird. It's it's just cultural. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we're rude.
Right.
I don't feel like an asshole. She seems happy.
Yeah, but
So-
it's like compared to here, I sometimes feel like, okay, am I doing it wrong? Because people here are way more like,
Yeah.
Like,
you talk to your folks, man.
community.
Yeah. I guess I was wrong about my assumption then. I guess.
but we don't
glad I
have,
asked.
we don't, and that's actually interesting. Yeah, so it's definitely not family oriented, but it's more like it's not career oriented either. I think.
Which is cool. I think that's really dope because LA is all about career first, and then
Yeah.
once I'm famous, then I can get married, which I think doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah,
Because once you get married, well, once you're rich and you have everything, you didn't do it with your person, then you don't need the person. Not really. Not if they weren't a part of your process. So what about the whole courting process with meeting your family and stuff like that? Is that a thing, or when you meet a person, you don't introduce them to your family?
Yeah, you do. You do that.
Is that a big deal? Or when June, when I talk to my mom again, I'll let her know that I'm talking to you? How does that work?
But like if the parents have a problem with the like girlfriend or boyfriend or something, like I think it's not a big problem.
If they have a problem, it's not a problem.
Yeah, because like it's not their decision.
Yes.
Like so, it's like if it's nice if they get along, but if they don't get along, then like just we'll see even less.
Oh, now I'm going to call you in July just because of your attitude.
But yeah, so it's and I think marriage is like way more important in America than in
Absolutely.
Finland. Like in America, people are like I hear comedians ask a couple in the front row, and they ask like, how long you been together? And they'll say like 6 years. And are you married? No. And then the comedian is like, how did you pull that off?
Yeah.
Well, in Finland, everybody pulls that off.
Yeah.
Like it's not like people.
A lot of people choose not to get married at all.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Well, why would I want the government in on this? I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people in Denmark get married for financial issues. They're like, okay, well, it's easier if we buy a place together if we're married. It's easier
like
to...
people often build a house and have a kid, and then at some point, I think we should get married at some point.
Yeah.
Let's have a party. But like that's it. Yeah.
It doesn't matter that
It's not
much.
like there's no pressure to get married.
Yeah, because all my buddies in the UK, they don't get married. They just date forever.
Yeah.
They have like 3 kids and like just live together, and it's not a thing. Like, but in America, you date a girl within 6 months. Hey, where is this going? What are we doing? I don't like this gray area. You like, well, I just met you. Like, I just met the real you without makeup on 2 weeks ago. So slow down.
Gray,
you know?
It's a gray area.
Gray.
Well, that's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This dude is he's so hilarious.
That is definitely. I've understood that marriage here is like way more like. There's so much pressure, at least towards men. Like we have to
It is.
propose.
Because the problem too, also, you're looking at LA is where there's a lot of rich guys here, and there's always that comparison of you just moved to LA trying to figure it out for yourself, and a girl can meet a guy who like pays their bills, and you like getting compared to that guy. Like, I just got here. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like this financially, LA is just a very unique place where if you're a good guy that's trying, sometimes a woman will take a guy who's paying the bills, even though she knows she's sharing him with 3 other guys, and that's okay. That's normal here, which is so weird. Like, there's a lot of rich guys here who like pay girls' bills, and even though they don't have his heart, they still date him because they're getting bills paid. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Because in the South, it's more like, oh, you're a nice guy. I like you. I would love to date you. You know what I'm saying? But out here, it's like, I like you, but you don't make enough.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, I guess that's a bigger thing in America as well. I thought about the other day that, being it's called, what do you call it? Like a Hausfrau? Or what do you call it? Like a home, like a housewife. That's, That's like totally socially acceptable in here in America, which is kind of weird. If you say I don't do anything, I just
what do you do?
I don't do anything. I just
have
live
my hair done.
I have my hair done. And that in Denmark is so weird because we know that you're getting paid through the state, so I'm basically paying for you to do nothing. In Denmark.
Yeah.
So there's this sense of we all contribute.
But everybody works, right?
Yeah, most people work.
Yeah,
We try to contribute. And if you don't work, and if you don't work, that's because you're incapable of working, or you have mental problems, or you have a hard time. Okay, so we'll help that person until they get a job.
What
in
about
America, it's
if
like,
they're
what
about if they take care of the kids and they're a housewife? Because that's the thing too.
Yeah, you get paid for a year. You get to like there's something called Basel. So if you have a kid in Denmark, the woman has to get paid for a year to take care of the.
Yeah. So they don't have to work for a year?
Fine. Yeah, they don't have to work for a year.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Same thing in Finland. I don't know the period about that, I guess.
But that just makes sense, and we all know that. Okay, well, you need a year to take care of it, but then you better start fucking working again.
Yeah.
You don't just stay at home and do nothing.
Is it weird knowing that our president is a reality star? Like, is it weird seeing that?
A bit, I guess. Yeah,
weird for you guys as well, I guess.
No, it is. I'm just like being on the outside and watching this guy on. If you watch The Apprentice and then now he's our president. Like, is that weird for you guys?
That is weird because you saw him on the TV show and like. Yeah.
I didn't understand
being
it.
like similar. Yeah, it is weird. I like it. The whole election thing started when I moved. I moved 2 years ago here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I just the first year was all about the election, half of the comedy, and like then I just zoned out. Like I decided that
it's too much, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna think of
because I was like asking my friends that are not. I love asking my friends that are from other places like what are their thoughts on our government, man. Because like even when most Americans we don't care about other people's government because we're just so self-centered and we're not taught a lot of stuff outside of American history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like you guys again, most of the time you speak 2 languages. And you learn about everything, And I feel like it's really dope to grow up in that kind of culture. But with us, like we're very culture literate about so much other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess it's but like of course it makes sense because America is so huge. Like it's like almost the same size as Europe, like population wise. So of course like it makes sense that like you don't have to go, like if you want to go skiing. Like that's the thing. Like if you want to go skiing or to the beach or have a good meal in Europe, you need like 3 different currencies and 4 languages.
Yeah, man, that's something we take for granted.
You go to France to go skiing and stuff. Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, the Alps and then the beach somewhere, and then like it's like different countries in Europe, but here it's like it's
2 hours away.
Yeah, so
2 hours either direction give you a different climate.
Yeah, so it's even hard to comprehend how big LA is because like I'm mostly here in LA and like but in America is so big that it's like it's so big that it's really hard to realize, and that makes sense that like I don't blame that you don't learn stuff about Finland.
Right. What do you like most about living in the States?
Not the traffic.
Okay. You just said you liked it.
Then you just said you
like when it's the rush hour, it's terrible. But like when it's not the rush hour, I like the traffic. The rules are better here, and it's more fluent and kind of. But you go ahead.
Well, I like a lot of stuff about being here. I like of course, as a stand-up comedian, I say the comedy first and foremost.
Yeah.
Like just any night you can go on and fucking Bill
Do you
Burr,
like
Bill Burr's
LA
there.
comedy versus New York comedy better, or just?
I like LA comedy a lot. I like I think more comics are physical and there's more physicality. The stage are bigger.
Yeah.
I like characters and stuff like that.
I see you doing that too. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the stuff I like. So it's very inspiring to just on any night you go out to perform, you just see Pete Holmes there and Bill Burr, and there's just like the world's greatest comics are here. So as a comedy nerd, that's just the best ever.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's why I came also. Like the comedy scene.
Traffic and Pete Holmes.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, and like of course I love the food and the Trader Joe's feta cheese. I love that.
Trader Joe's.
And the mangoes, the dried mangoes from Trader Joe's are awesome as well.
So traffic, Trader Joe's, and Pete Holmes is why we're here. That's what we're doing, man.
And the weather, of course. The weather is February. In Finland, we'd be plowing snow and
it's snowing in Denmark
the windshield.
Scraping it. It's snowing in Denmark right now. And there was a guy, a Danish comic. I just follow him on Instagram, and he just made this video about, let's not get down. It's Monday, but it's a great day, so look out. And there's some sun behind. It might come out soon, so let's just look at the positive side. And I was just,
Suicide watch.
I was standing on my fucking balcony at that point, just
with your drawers on, eating some Trader Joe's cheese. Living life.
And how kind people are. Like they're people.
Here?
People are really nice.
What?
Yeah,
in LA.
Yeah, I think people just talk with it. There's no what's it called? There's no inhibition to just start a conversation. Which
in LA?
Yeah, in Denmark, no one talks to each other.
Okay, maybe
not in Finland either.
Right.
No, there's no reason to talk. Why should we talk?
So you don't start each other or your parents?
No, people the Americans I've met who go to Denmark say a lot of they think we're arrogant because they're like, you guys don't even talk on the bus. It's like eerie quiet. Like no one talks to each other. Like there's no reason.
Is that a thing? Like y'all have trust issues or something? What happened?
It's just like people don't like. It's not in the culture. Like if a stranger is standing next to you, like you just. Well, one of you would have to make the initiative, but nobody will.
You are so hilarious and nonchalant about the stuff. I think it's crazy. You're like, just speak to my parents for what? Have them upset?
I had a hard time going to Trader Joe's when I came here because I would not. I couldn't understand that the person just giving the checkout person would talk to me. And I didn't know how to end the conversation because they were just like, so what are you guys making tonight? And I was like, well, I'm making chicken. And what about you? And I think,
you just rung it up.
It seemed like, well, you wanted to talk to me, so let's talk. And then there's like a line.
Pull up a chair.
And you can just tell in their eyes, they're like, well, I don't want to talk to you. I'm just talking for no reason.
Small talking.
Which is, I can't really, the second you started the conversation in Denmark, you better have a reason. You better...
a reason?
Yeah.
Have something to say.
And that's actually, in America, people, when they just pass by and say hi, they don't say hi. They say, what's going on? Or how are you? Or how you doing?
But they really don't want to know.
Yeah, but that's like a question. Because in Finland, people just go, they don't actually have words.
Yeah, Danish conversations are basically like bus drivers just waving at each other. It's like, it's just like...
Yeah. And if you pass somebody on the street, you say, hey, or hi. But you don't say hey, what's up? And tell me something.
Dude. Hey, so if you're tuning in, you listen to the Comedy Pop-Up Podcast, man. I'm over here dying, man. Hey, we have two of our international guests, man. My man Ismo and Simon Talbot, man. We talk about just cultural differences, man. Living in the U.S. versus Denmark and Finland, man. And this is freaking crazy. Like, they don't speak to their parents. Speaking to someone that you don't know is weird. And conversation sucks, I guess. I don't know. But Trader Joe's is amazing, which is the only thing that matters. But, so if you see a stranger, you don't because in the States, sometimes you speak to a stranger just to find out if they're crazy or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to see what's up. Like, hey, what's up, man? Find out if you good, you know? Like, are you good? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to stand next to somebody crazy and we not speaking and they were around and kill me.
Like if you are in Finland in the middle of the forest and then you run into somebody in the middle of the forest, you will talk. Definitely. Okay.
So when there's danger around, you speak.
Yeah, if it's really a weird, if you meet at a campfire in the middle of the forest by accident, you will talk. But if you just meet randomly on the street, or in a bar,
In a bar, you don't speak?
No.
Really? You speak to your friends?
But in a bar, that's when you small talk with people.
If someone comes over...
Am I crazy? Yeah, you see somebody in the bar, y'all next to each other drinking, you just say, what's up?
Well, you could, it's... but
that's how you make friends in LA.
I think 80% of the time it wouldn't happen in Finland, but sometimes people talk somebody on the bar.
Oh my god!
But then mostly the people who start the conversation are they've just been there the whole day and they're just
they're just freaks. They're just weird.
So if you have a big personality and you move to Finland, pretty sure, like, what do people label you if you try to talk and say hello?
Well,
he's a tourist. He's clearly a tourist.
I think that's the problem with some people who moved from somewhere else to Finland or maybe Denmark. Like, have the problem.
They want to talk and make friends, and you guys don't make friends because you're born with your friends.
Because people are just like, why is somebody talking to me? Like, have I done something wrong?
Why are you talking to me? Because I done something wrong? Jesus.
Yeah, it's but people are a lot afraid of embarrassing themselves a lot. Like I think they're like, if they're in the cashier, like buying groceries, they kind of hope that hopefully I won't fuck this up. Like hopefully I don't
want any attention from anyone seeing how weird I am. That's another, like Americans don't even react to crazy. Basically in LA, like you can.
Crazy is normal here.
There could just be a person like in a peacock outfit walking around screaming at cars. Yeah. And people just walk by like nothing's happening.
And maybe kind of like the South too. In the South, there's a standard for normal. And I think in Finland and Denmark, there's a standard for normal. And anything outside of that is like weird. But in LA, weird is the normal. Because if you think about it, every reality show that you love is always a crazy person. And that crazy person is loved by everybody. And the crazier you are, the more TV time you get, which makes that okay here. Think about it. Like, if you watch a reality show, like, the person who stays on the longest is always the craziest person because it's good TV.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the crazier you are, your personality, and it's the thing. But back home, that's weird. But out here, it's normal. So there's no standard for normal out here, which is why we're never, like, weirded out when we see somebody do something really crazy. Like, you see a Spider-Man on Hollywood Boulevard with his groceries out. He'd be like, oh, he got his thing out. All right, cool. Anyway, you want you want some popcorn? You good? You know what I'm saying? It's just weird.
Yeah, Joker just said good evening to me just 2 days ago. Like
the Joker?
Full Joker outfit, just like and
you take a picture with him?
No, I survived.
Now, was it more weird that he spoke to you, or was it weird because he had the Joker costume
Well, it was weird.
He said hello and it was weird to you?
Yeah, but he said like something like good evening, but he had full-on Joker outfit, and he just walked past really, really quickly. So it was kind of, it was weird. Yeah, we think because there is something funny, like if there's a crazy person, in Finland there's like a mental institution that has an address, like a street address, but here it's the whole street.
Right. Hollywood Boulevard. Hollywood Boulevard. It's so funny, Spider-Man breakdancing. You're like, okay. It's funny, it's weird. All right, so listen, man. If you're listening right now, you listen to the Comedy Pop-Up Podcast. We have two special guests in the house, my man Ismo and Simon Talbot, man. International comedians, man, who making their way in LA and making a lot of noise. I'm very proud of both of them, man. So we're almost to the end of our show, but this is a special part of the show that I'd like to do. I don't have a name for it yet, still work in progress. But so I'm going to ask you guys some questions, man, and there's no right or wrong answer, and you can answer however you feel, short, long, or whatever. So don't be scared, Ismo. Mm-hmm. Like, why are you asking me questions?
Scared
you don't know me.
Scared to embarrass yourself, right?
Yeah, he's like, why are you asking me questions? Did I do something wrong? That's so funny to me. All right, cool. Here we go. I feel like this is going to be very interesting. All right, cool. First question. If you can do coffee with one person, dead or alive, who would it be?
Alive.
I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen.
Having coffee with a dead person, that would be like, even the smell, that would just be terrible. I watched lots of Walking Dead, so I think they might be able to have the coffee. But...
That's like the best answer ever. I think that's like the best answer.
But the good part of the dead person would that they wouldn't ask any questions.
I'm crying, dude. I'm crying. Oh, jeez. Oh, fudge. All right, cool. But I can't get back to the question. No, I mean, but like an entertainer, anybody you've admired, family member, dead or alive, would you want to do coffee with?
Yeah. Well,
no, basically, no. Like, this just shows how fucking European. No one. We don't want to talk to. Can I have the coffee by myself?
I can just have the coffee.
Yes, just
with cream. I'd like it with cream.
With cream, I'd like it with cream.
But,
that was the funniest answer ever. My chest hurt. We'll come back to him. What about you, Simon?
No one.
No one?
Just coffee with
None of your comedy heroes or nothing? Steven Spielberg?
I think I'd
Michael
like
Mann,
I'd love
somebody?
to meet George Carlin, maybe, because like he's I love his stuff, and he's no longer alive.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. He said cream.
Yeah.
Like do coffee with cream.
Patton Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
You like his comedy?
Yeah, I like his comedy a lot.
Yeah?
I think he's great.
You remember his first Comedy Central special? Long time ago? You ever saw it?
Yeah, I think that was some of the first
It's actually
stuff.
really good. I think that was the first time I was introduced to him, man. But he's really dope.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a lot of acting now, too, which is cool.
He's hilarious, man. I like his stuff. He's like, the way he structures his setups is awesome. I really like that. Yeah.
That's dope. Okay, now it's not awkward anymore. Cool. All right, next question, man. What, this is going to be so funny. What smell or sound reminds you of home?
Silence.
Farts.
Farts?
Farts?
Farts. They are the same everywhere. Maybe after like a taco truck, they are even a bit different, but.
Oh, God.
And they have both smell and sound, so they're great.
So farts remind you of home, and you say silence. Okay, cool. All right. Shoot. All right. This is gonna be so. Okay, cool. What is the one thing you've learned about yourself from your last relationship?
Relationship. Okay, well,
I'm bad at ending relationships, I think.
You just walk away, or what do you do?
Yeah, I think I'm bad at ending I think that's what for my last relationship was I'm bad at ending relationships.
Oh yeah, so but not the current one.
Not the current one.
But
No,
that-
no,
yeah,
no,
that-
no. The
because
last one. That's
you
what that
haven't-
means, right?
But you haven't ended the current one either.
No.
So you got 6 pending relationships?
I've learned,
My fiance doesn't know
I've
it, but
learned
yeah.
nothing.
I think I've learned that I'm not a very tidy person.
Messy.
Messy.
Yeah.
Messy. Too messy. And like that I appreciate that somebody cleans or reminds me to clean.
Okay. We're going to end it with that. All right, cool. That was awesome. So listen, man, we appreciate having both of you on the show, man. Is there any last words you want to give a comedian, somebody who wants to do comedy or from another place and trying to make it happen in LA? Any advice you want to give them or nuggets that you've learned that you want to share?
I think you can give better advice from LA. You've been here way longer.
I know, but I'm not international. So just, it's a different...
Because we're still like learning the whole thing here. So,
Yeah.
but it's just, well, there's nothing to be afraid of coming here basically, but it's still kind of really hard. So
Okay.
it's like anybody can just see how it goes here. But it's like, it's so full of comedians to like, don't have too much expectations.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes people come here, expect to take over the world in 2 weeks, and that's not realistic.
Because everybody can't be the funniest guy in the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Maybe they have. Maybe
Your
they have
sounds
another,
are hilarious when you're thinking, yeah.
Maybe they have another competition this year, so anybody could.
What about
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
man?
That's what I say. Patience, basically. Like, because I came over here, I was like, oh, well, I'm just going to do the same thing I did when I went to Copenhagen to do comedy. I'm just going to show up. And after a while, they're going to see I'm doing okay, and they're going to start giving me spots. No one gives you spots, really. You just have to constantly ask and push and just take the time and just expect that even though you're killing it like one night, that you have to be good at every other place. You have
absolutely.
to see you constantly perform.
Absolutely.
So it takes time to build it up, but don't give up, because it feels like if you stay here, it gets better. Just look at Ismo.
Absolutely. And in the meantime, get you some Trader Joe's cheese.
Yeah. Now I'm hungry. I haven't eaten breakfast yet, so.
That's so grumpy. All right, cool, man. I hope you've been listening, man. I hope you had a great time and learned a lot. Before we get out of here, Ismo, how can they contact you?
Ismo Comedy The ISMO is Ismo. It's like so, yeah. ISMO, Ismo. It's Some people say Ismo, but it's not Ismo. It's Ismo. So Ismo Comedy, that's my Twitter and Instagram, and just Ismo, that's YouTube and Facebook, and Ismo.fun. That's the new website. .fun, like fun. F-U-N.
Dot fun or dot fun?
Ismo.
You said dot fun.
Dude.
Dot fun. Dot fun.
So it's dot.
Okay, all right.
Like a dot, like a round circle that is really small. So Ismo.fun, like F-U-N.
All right, what about you, Simon?
Simon Talbot Comedy. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I think. No, it's Simon Talbot _
Okay.
on Twitter.
And last but not least, before we leave, can you please say pepperoni for me, sir?
Pepperoni.
Hey!
Oh,
I like how you said it the first time.
Pepperoni. Pepperoni. Pepperoni.
So listen, man, if you're tuning in, I'm your host, comedian Ron G. Please follow me on everything, comedian RONG, comedian RONG on everything. Also, please be sure to follow us at CPU Podcast. And I host every Sunday at the world famous Laugh Factory at Chocolate Sundays comedy show, 7 o'clock and 9:30 show. And then also, we do a really dope show called Comedy Pop-Up, which is comedypopup.la.com. Be sure to follow us on that for more shows and events that we do. That being said, thank you so much. Get you some pepperoni.
Pepperoni.